Good evening, and thanks for tuning into this reading today. Well, tonight, actually. It is February 1st, 2019, and I'm going to be doing a love reading for the sign of Aries. This evening, I do apologize for the lighting. That is something that I am currently working on improving as I put these videos out. I am in my office, and my mom is currently staying with me because I am going through some back issues, and so she's here to help me out with the kids and around the house with the housework and whatnot. So we have the spare bed set up in my office space. It was something we weren't really planning on, but I'm glad she's here. The crackling sound that you hear in the video is this lovely candle. I love this candle. And it's a trilogy candle, but it makes that noise because the wick is wood, and I absolutely love these candles. And this one, I believe, is fireside, redwood, sandalwood, and clove. So I really love this candle. It's one of my favorite scents by them. And then my Yankee candle, one of the greatest smelling candles ever, and it's Midsummer Night Dream. So I do have my candles going. Quick note before I start. I do cleanse my cards and I do charge my cards in many different ways using sage, crystals, and that type of thing. I may be working with 4 decks tonight. I haven't really decided yet. I'm kind of just gonna leave it to Spirit to show me where we're going to go with this reading. So I do have 4 decks out here. And this one is the Vice Versa Tarot. And if you've watched my video from earlier, then you'll know that this is probably one of my favorite decks. It is a double-sided deck. So there are really no reversals. Again, I apologize for the lighting. There are reversals, but there really aren't because both sides of the card have their own specific meanings. The Tarot of Sexual Magic. So there's the back and there is the front. And if you watched my previous reading, you will have seen these cards, and this card actually showed up in the reverse. If you do not like half-naked people and sexual situations, then this is definitely not the reading for you or the channel for you, because I will be using these quite a bit due to the fact that I am doing love readings. These are the Celtic Dragon Tarot, and I had mentioned on my welcome video that I love these cards because they all look hand-drawn, and they have that more dreamier kind of feel in the messages. While at times they can be dark, I tend to find that the messages are a little more on the lighter, airier side. And I am introducing a new deck this evening. For this reading, I will be using these. This is the Justice League Tarot. And I'm kind of, let me talk to you here. I am kind of a nerd, kind of a geek, and I love anything superhero or anything fairy. So, I mean, I'm pretty easy to please. But this is the back side of them. The card quality is pretty good. It's better than the Celtic Dragon Tarot or the Haunted House Tarot that I featured earlier in my general reading, but they still are a little on the thin side. So I don't really work with these very much, but as you can see, they are highly detailed cards. So the messages within them are, there's a lot of messages that come through. So that's why I'll be using these tonight for this reading, especially for a love reading in the month of February, because people do focus more on love in the month of February due to Valentine's Day. I personally don't really care much about Valentine's Day because I don't think that we should just utilize one day to tell people how we feel. But for those of you who do embrace the holiday of Valentine's Day, I wish you guys the best of luck and love and light and happiness. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside here. So again, I'm not sure if I'm going to be using all 4 of these decks or not, but I will be definitely using the Justice League Tarot and the Tarot of Sexual Magic. So we're going to pre-shuffle the cards, and I'll kind of go over kind of the energies that I've been feeling in regards to this reading today, this evening. When I was focused on which sign I was going to start with, Aries kind of popped into my head first, and I'm not actually quite sure why, but I have a feeling that there's a lot of movement happening for Aries, and coming out of a time of feeling kind of secluded and shut in. So that's another reason why I chose this deck, to kind of get a better idea of where those energies are coming from. So this is going to be basically like a 2-person reading. And by 2-person reading, I mean that, yes, we're going to be focusing on Aries, but we're also going to be focusing on the general energies around the person that Aries may be dealing with. Now, it might pull more than one person, it might not. It just depends on how the cards come out. Ooh. Cards are jumping out of my hands. It's kind of crazy. So, with that being said, I also want to say that if I say masculine or feminine energy, that can pertain to both male and females. So, I'm going to try really hard not to be gender specific in these readings. I'm going to focus mainly on Aries, and that's going to be Sun, Moon, and Rising. I do not do Venus. It's too much information for me to try to work through. So, again, it is Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising only. Take what applies and leave the rest. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks for watching. Lower this here so that you can see my shuffle. Again, the lighting in here is not the greatest, so I'm going to do my best with what I've got. So again, I was saying that, I feel like Aries' energy is coming out of a time of seclusion, and I don't know if that's self-imposed or if it's outside source, but we'll find out. So essentially, this deck right here is going to represent the sun, moon, rising sign of Aries. And I think we will go with the Tarot of Sexual Magic to represent the energies of the person that Aries may be dealing with. So we're going to go ahead and give these a shuffle as well. I'll try to adjust the lighting just a little bit. Maybe that will help. Yeah, so this really isn't working. I'm using a very small desk lamp. And I want to get a good... I do apologize. I want to get a good direction with this light, and it's really not. It's really not helping. So we're going to... I guess I'll just adjust it like so, and we'll go from there. Anyway, so again, this deck, the Tarot of Sexual Magic, I'm going to be using to draw on the energies that Aries may be dealing with. So this reading is for Aries for the month of February 2019. Okay, so I'm seeing Queen of Pentacles popping out here and the 7 of Wands. The need to keep fighting for something, and you could possibly be dealing with in Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. I'm also seeing the Knight of Pentacles. So that's an offer, but a very slow moving one. Ooh, the Queen of Cups. Could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But we'll see how the cards come out. So, ooh, these ones are a little longer than I'm used to. I'm going to be looking at the past energies for the Sun, Moon, and Rising sign of Aries for the month of February 2019. What are the past energies? Got some jumpers already, but nothing quite ready to come out. I wasn't really quite focused. Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of February 2019. It's entirely too many cards. They're a little longer than I'm used to, so they're a little harder for me to hold on to because I have tiny hands. Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles coming out. And let me scoot this back just a little bit so you guys can see more of the table here. So we have the Six of Pentacles. And that is in the upright. I'm really drawn to the bow and arrow that green arrow is holding in this card. It's like you've got your sights set on something. You're working towards something. We also have the Five of Cups, and that is in the upright. Five of Cups for me is mourning the loss of something, and cups are usually emotional, and we can pertain to love. And with that Six of Pentacles there before it, I'm thinking that somebody was maybe more focused on something that they were trying to attain and maybe lost out on love. Is kind of the feeling I'm getting there. I'm going to go ahead and pull one more for the past energies, only because like those two cards paired together is kind of odd to me. We have jumpers, so I guess it's going to be two cards. Oh, and we have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck here. I want to point out, there you go, maybe, okay. The Hierophant in this deck, he looks kind of crazy and very controlling. But the Hierophant is also like tradition. In the reverse, it would be kind of going against traditional values and that type of thing. Non-traditional people, non-traditional folk like myself, or non-traditional relationships. This is also a big marriage card, or dealing with business. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside here. Let's check out the other two that have come out. Oh my goodness, we have the Knight of Swords. This energy is super crazy. Let me see if I can get better lighting on this. This is super crazy. That is harsh communication, very, very harsh. Even in the upright. I mean, look at the image here, if you can actually see it. That is like really harsh. So I'm thinking somebody was more focused on what they were working on, and kind of feel like they missed out on something, missed out on love, and it might be due to harsh communication. Yeah. So I didn't show you the Five of Cups. This is the Five of Cups in this deck, and it's very busy. They're very detailed, but feeling completely dejected and mournful is what I'm feeling in this card. Oh, and we have the Judgment card, and that also came up in the upright. So I think with the cards that are coming up, I think somebody harshly judged somebody else, and it broke their heart. I think somebody was misjudged. I think the person that Aries is dealing with was misjudged, or Aries was misjudged by this person. And it came out in very harsh communication. And again, this could be a relationship, like a marriage, only because we have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Oh, and the Fool. And the Emperor reversed. Okay, so that's just an insane energy. Okay. So we're gonna move along with the reading here, and I'm going to be focusing on the person that Aries may be dealing with, the past energies for the person that Aries may be dealing with. Again, I apologize for the crackle. It's a wood burning wick candle. It smells amazing, and I love candles, so I do apologize for the crackling. The past energies for the person that Aries is dealing with. Or the past energies that Aries is dealing with. Ooh, the King of Wands. I love that card. It's a beautiful card. I'll show you here in a second. We're going to go ahead and pull 4 in total for the past energies for the person that Aries is dealing with. We also have the 3 of Chalices. Most of the time, odd numbers, 3s, would signify a third party, but I'm kind of not feeling that. I think too much of a good thing when I'm looking at this 3 of Chalices. I'm thinking that it was too good to be true. Somebody came in quickly, left quickly. And we have the 5 of Wands reversed. Someone's not willing to fight anymore for whatever the situation is. And the 10 of Wands. Okay, so needing to drop a heavy load. And here at the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Cups reversed. So with that being at the bottom of the deck, the 10 of Cups reversed is in the upright. It's a half-ass offer in a marriage, in a relationship. Someone walking away. And in the reverse, I kind of see the opposite there. Like, there is an offer there, but a hesitant one. But I don't see, like, walking away. For the person that Aries is dealing with, for past energies, I have the King of Wands. And to me, this card reminds me of Leo. So, like, that protective, fiery energy of Leo. So Aries may be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Could also be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I think the Pentacles represented here is Aries trying to find a way to find their footing and move towards something, a goal that they've been working toward. The 5 of Wands here with this 3 of Chalices or Cups is somebody not willing to fight anymore. And it feels like a heavy burden to them. Like they need to get something off their shoulders. They need to get something off their chest. With the 10 of Wands sitting here. Now, I want to point out in this card, in the upright, well, either way, upright or not, he is spying on a couple. So I kind of, like, I wasn't saying third party, but it's kind of showing third party. Only because we have this guy lurking. He's, like, lurking and watching. And maybe it feels almost as if this person is hopeful. And I'm going to say that that's probably an Aries, Leo, or Sag. just judging by the cards that are around it, I'm going to say that's Aries, Leo, Sag, kind of poking into somebody's marriage or somebody's relationship. But I'm seeing the desire to not fight about it anymore. We get into the how is Aries looking at this past situation? What is it that Aries is seeing in this past situation? The Ace of Swords. So a new beginning. Communication is definitely needed for that to happen. I kind of feel like there might be an apology here because Aries, he or she has misjudged someone. And the Knight of Wands reversed. So yeah, I feel like that definitely pertains to this Five of Wands, this lurker, this guy that's kind of hanging out, looking in on somebody else's relationship. And I'm going to definitely go with a fire sign with that one, Aries, Leo, or Sag. And that's someone who comes in quickly, strikes quickly, and leaves. It's the hit 'em and quit 'em type vibe. So maybe this is how the other person is looking at Aries. Like, you came into my life and you turned it upside down and then poof, you were gone. Is it really worth fighting for anymore? Should I fight for this? But feeling very drained and very burdened by the way that this person is feeling about you, Aries. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside to reference during the reading. And go ahead and set those here. I'm going to go with what are the current energies for Aries for the month of February 2019. Focusing on the current energies around Aries for the month of February 2019. Wheel of Fortune. It's a highly fortunate card in there. So it looks like big things are starting. I don't see conclusions at the moment. We have the Nine of Cups. Wow, big wish card. Big wish card. So Aries, you might have something big going on in the business world, in your practical world, that contributes to your stability and security. And this may be what's interfering in this love relationship, whether it be you're actually with the person or just thinking of the person, or separated from them. The Seven of Wands. Wow, okay. I had to take a breath for that one. The energy on that one's really heavy, even though it's in the upright. I like the Seven of Wands more in reverse, but that one feels definitely like Aries is feeling like he's being attacked. He or she is being attacked. And draw one more for the present energies. That one wants to come. The Fool. So this one, this showed up actually at the bottom of the deck. On the bottom of the deck here, we have the Four of Swords. So the need to withdraw, the need to go within and take a little bit of a respite from whatever is kind of going on for you, Aries. So we're going to go ahead and set that aside here. I will reference it if need be. So starting out for the current energies for Aries, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And this is actually Harvey Dent from Batman. And after his accident, he used his coin to determine what his actions would be. So it's almost like Aries is feeling like he has to choose between practicality and love, or even with this darker imagery here. Sorry, I can't talk. Choose between, dirty sex or or, you know, that straight and narrow road of being strong and secure and stable and providing that for whoever he or she may be dealing with. I'm really jittery. My legs are shaking, and I don't usually do that, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. It's like that hurry up and go kind of vibe, kind of energy. Next, in the current energies for Aries, we have the Five of Cups, and it kind of has that feeling like I want all the riches. But it also, too, it feels kind of like taking what you can and leaving. Like if you look at it. I want it all is what I heard. I want it all. And this fits in well with that whole Wheel of Fortune thing, you know. Bigger things are up ahead. It's just you have to do the work to get there. Seven of Wands is next in this current energy. And Aries, it feels as if like you feel like you're being attacked or bombarded by whatever your creative endeavors are at the moment. And this could also be a person, for all we know. We did have that Leo energy coming up in the past energies for the person you may be dealing with. So you could most definitely be dealing with a Aries, Leo, Sag. But I feel like more it's like you're feeling like you have to defend your position when it comes to creating this life that you're trying to create. And it kind of feels like you really don't feel like you should have to explain what's going on, because I feel like the connection is very distant. Like there's little to no communication between you and this person, and you're definitely more focused on business or the things that are driving you forward career-wise. And so that other person might be the one that's got that Five of Cups energy where they're feeling remorseful and sad and kind of neglected. Finally, we have your card, Aries, the Fool, and this is lovely Harley Quinn. But like, if you look at her, she's very gleeful. She's just jumping into the unknown. She's moving forward. It's a total new beginning. You're starting on a fresh page. Despite past energies, like this is the energy that we're currently in, and you've drawn your own card, and that is really cool. And it just go ahead and confirms for me that, you know, whatever path it is that you're on, whether you're working on yourself or working on your creative endeavors, that you're headed in a good direction. So we're going to go ahead and look at the present energies for the person that you may be dealing with, Aries, to see where they're standing, or how they feel in these present energies. Oh my, we've got lots jumping out here, and this came up while I was shuffling. It is the Knight of Pentacles, and it is in the reverse, so we will go over that in just a minute. The Strength card also came out, and it came out in the upright, so I am definitely saying that you are dealing with a Leo. You are definitely dealing with a Leo. We also have, oh wow, she came up too during the shuffle, and I was talking about maybe possibly dealing with the Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But she is in the reverse. She's the Queen of Pentacles. We're going to pull one more card. Oh, the Knight of Swords. And wouldn't you believe it? Look what has showed up at the bottom of the deck. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It is the Fool in the reverse. So these energies are blending. And I feel like you guys are definitely very much connecting. But it might not be physically. I think it's mentally and emotionally. But it is kind of crazy that your final card here on the present energies is the Fool. But it's also reflecting at the bottom of the deck for the person that you're dealing with. But it did show up in the reverse. And this might be the way that they're seeing you, is in the reverse. I'm also seeing the Knave of Chalices at the bottom of the deck, and this is, for me, a very much so jealousy card. He's on the outside looking in on this couple here, and there's something he wants to communicate from his heart, but he can't. So we're gonna keep going here. So in the present energies for the person that Aries may be dealing with, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and it is in the reverse. I feel like this is a rescinded offer, like someone's taking back their offer to someone else. That could be you taking back your offer of love or whatever it is with you and this other person, or it could be them withdrawing and saying, you know, I don't want to feel this way anymore. It could be friend zoning, like maybe because you're so focused on career and moving forward and bettering your life, you might have left this other person feeling like they're in the friend zone. Or maybe you did intentionally put them in the friend zone, like, I am not feeling this connection. And the Strength card is also showing up for them. And maybe it is Leo that you're dealing with, but I'm kind of getting the feeling it's more that they need the strength to say what they need to say in regards to how they're feeling. Or the strength to walk away from the situation. And the Queen of Pentacles, she kind of has the Empress kind of vibe to me, but I think a little less mature in her dealings in the day-to-day. But I also get the feeling like, if you look at it, he's like clutching her ankle, and he's kind of like, give me attention, and she's just focused on herself. But this is in the reverse, so I'm feeling like this is more like a lack of confidence, and feeling like they're susceptible to like their desires and the things that are going on in their head, like they're almost making themselves a prisoner of it, and not being able to see, you know, what's actually around them. Because I think that there might be, they might have something going on where they friend zone someone because of the connection that they feel with you. So I kind of feel like they may have put somebody in the friend zone because they were holding out for you, but you've got other plans and you've got more on your plate that you're thinking about other than love. I don't like this card at all in this deck. He is very domineering, very controlling. It is the Knight of Swords. I'm going to show it to you here in the upright. But this is in the reverse, and so for me in the reverse, this feels very harsh and judging in a way, like your words or their words could literally cut like a knife. That's the kind of vibe I get here. It could also be this person is putting themselves through mental torture, trying to present themselves to you, but you're just not focused on them. So it's that, again, it's that I'm not good enough. I must have done something to not be good enough is what I'm hearing. That was really heavy. Really, really heavy energy. So let's see. Let's see the correlation between these two present energies. No, that's not it. The World reversed. So that to me is the World usually is like a big excuse me. Whew, I have the hiccups now. A big ending, and we also have Judgment. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles again in the reverse. So that just kind of confirms for me the lack of confidence, the why am I not good enough? vibe I was picking up on. The world usually for me is like a beautiful, great ending and the start of something wonderful. But this is in the reverse, and I think that it's more that vibe of this person wants to give you everything, but you're just not on the same page with them. And they could literally feel like their world is ending because they're feeling neglected and friend zoned by you. Judgment is also here. So I'm going to show you that if I can get it off the table. Judgment is also here. So that's going to go in and kind of reflect on the past energies I was picking up on. Somebody was judged, like feels like they were wrongfully judged. But this could also be, and I hate to say this, but this could also be that someone is harshly judging this person, and maybe it's because of the way they feel about you, or maybe it's because they have this other person that's sitting here waiting but has been put in the friend zone. I feel like somebody is definitely judging very harshly the situation. Okay. We're going to go ahead and move into what blockages there are for Aries. What are the blockages for Aries when it comes to this connection? What are the blockages? Seven of Pentacles reversed. The Emperor reversed. Again, that's Aries energy there. The Emperor reversed. The Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Reverse cards for me sometimes, not always, but sometimes represent for me something that really needs to be looked at. Kind of like when you're dealing with the major arcana. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands, but it is the reverse. So the feeling of somebody has fallen from grace is what I get from that. Like somebody was held in high esteem or put on a pedestal, and now they're being viewed in a unflattering light. So the blockages for Aries, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and I'm going to show it to you in the upright here. I don't know if you can really see that. But you see Deathstroke here. He is controlling her almost like she's a puppet, like she's a marionette. And she is not in her own control. And I think this is even worse in the reverse, only because it's total loss of control for me. Like, or feeling like someone's playing your heartstrings, like pulling on them and then pushing you away, pulling and then pushing away, or trying to be sneaky almost in the way that they try to manipulate you in love. I really don't like that energy at all. The Emperor reversed, so this is very much so your energy, Aries. Or again, you could still be dealing with the fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag. I'm still kind of sticking with Leo or Aries on that one. But I kind of get the feeling of, you know, still that manipulation. And I don't know if it's Aries that's manipulating or if it's the other person that Aries is dealing with that's manipulating. But it's not in a good way. It's in a hurtful way. Again, this Three of Pentacles, like this is the second three, I think, that's come up. So we could be dealing with a third-party situation. I'm not really feeling it, but I have to put it out there. We could be. But I don't see, like, threes for me are building, like building blocks almost. So, like, your ones are new beginnings, your twos are making that decision to move forward, and that three is, I've made my decision, it's time to move forward, but I don't feel like we're moving forward at all here. I feel like at the two, somebody decided that this wasn't going to work for them anymore. And there's a walking away, most definitely, especially indicated in the past energies that someone's feeling remorseful. And then there's that Two of Pentacles that follows it. It's kind of funny. They come in order, opposite order, but they are in order. So the Two of Pentacles here, for me, it kind of has, if you look at it, there's a couple in this card. They are together. They are lovers. But they're making the decision to choose each other. But I think that this definitely, it's you're choosing whatever it is that you're looking forward to on your path. It could be another person. It could be a job. It could be relocating. It could be any of those things. But I think that you've decided to no longer juggle whatever this manipulative energy is and moving past it altogether. I feel like Aries felt stuck and manipulated and is no longer going to participate in that. Aries has made the choice to move past it. Blockages for the other person. We have the Emperor showing up upright. But again, this is a very non-traditional deck, so he looks a little lethargic. He looks like he had a little too much fun. But it's kind of funny because, again, the energies are mirroring each other in a way. Aries is seeing the Emperor from the more negative aspect, and the person that Aries is dealing with is seeing Aries as the Emperor, and, like, they feel their lust and their desire for this person. Oh, and we have the Hierophant. Okay, so we're definitely dealing with a third party, especially with this deck. There are three people definitely depicted in this card, and he kind of reminds me of, like, that dirty old man kind of vibe. Oh, and we have the Ten of Cups. So it did show up in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. But I kind of feel like that's the illusions of this love kind of falling away. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to play out with this, but we're going to go ahead and get into these energies right away. So again, we're mirroring each other in, if I can get this card up, we're mirroring each other when it comes to the energies. The person is seeing you in this light, but you're viewing it in this way. Like, I think that you're feeling like you were manipulated or lied to, or maybe you manipulated and lied to this other person that you're dealing with, and they just don't see it. We also have the Nine of Wands here. And this to me is kind of that, in the upright, it's the broken heart, let me fix you. I'm sorry she treated you so badly, or he treated you so badly. Let me heal your wounds kind of vibe to me. But in the reverse, it feels kind of fake to me. Almost like they're crying wolf to get attention from you. Like, that's kind of what I'm feeling. And this is definitely, like, has to do with a marriage. Maybe this person that you're dealing with, Aries, is married and maybe very unhappy in their marriage. Or it could be a cheating scenario, like they cheated with you and told you they were going to leave, and then they didn't leave. So they're kind of playing the puppet master here with your heart, because they don't want to let you go, but they also don't want to let go of their marriage. And then we have the Queen of Wands in their energy. So again, that's going to be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. You could also be dealing with a Taurus with this Emperor energy. I really don't feel that it's a Taurus, though, because of how much fire has come up in this reading. But if they're the fire sign, they're looking pretty good right now. But if they're not, and the third party is actually a fire sign, so that could be your spouse or their spouse, they look pretty good. She's creative. She's beautiful. She's an entrepreneur type. She's a go-getter. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a female. It could also be a male. It could be you. And maybe that's just the way that they see you. But this is coming up in the blockages, so I'm going to say that it's probably that third party. So either your partner or their partner as standing in the way of them pursuing you. Where does Aries and this other person meet in the middle on these blockages? What is the mutual energy between these blockages? Is the Nine of Wands. Again, this came up earlier. And it's in the reverse. Wow. Feeling like you no longer want to fight for it. There's nothing to fight for, is what I heard. There's nothing to fight for. And the Two of Wands, which came up already as well. So that need to make a decision, that need to focus on what it is that you want and move forward, because there is no reason to fight. That's what I keep hearing. There is no reason to fight. And we also have that Two of Swords. So this is somebody definitely making a decision in regards to where this is going. And I think that's Aries that's going to make that decision, because they don't want to be a third party. They don't want to feel manipulated or lied to, and left feeling dejected and lonely. So we're going to move along here. What are Aries' hopes in this connection with this other person? What are the hopes for Aries? We have the Eight of Pentacles, but it's in the reverse. And that is Catwoman. Nope, that's Batgirl. Sorry, that is Batgirl. What are the hopes? What are Aries' hopes in this connection? The Four of Pentacles. Holding on. Holding on to something pretty damn hard. The Six of Cups just popped out. Whew. Need to breathe. Six of Cups popping out. Oh, so we have two more. Flipped up in the deck. Bottom of the deck is Justice. We have Batman at the bottom of the deck, Justice. Wow. Okay. So definitely somebody's feeling like they were used or manipulated. And it feels unjust. This is kind of a theme with my general reading earlier. So the Eight of Pentacles for me in the upright is doing the same thing over and over again. Honing your craft, getting better and better. And pushing forward. to me, in the reverse, we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing the same thing over and over again. We're not going back and forth and expecting the result to change. It's kind of like the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But we're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore, Aries. We're withdrawing from that. Most definitely. The Four of Pentacles is also here. So that is the Penguin. Being very greedy, holding on to his monies, his whatever it is that he feels is of value. And that could be money, it could be dignity, it could be a relationship, it could be family, it could be all of those things. It could even be your sanity, holding on to your sanity is what I heard. And we also have the Six of Cups here. And the hopes, and Six of Cups is looking back on the past, being fond of the past. It could be dealing with childhood stuff. But it also, some people read it as like soulmate type energy, somebody coming back into your life, which could very well be possible. Or you could be thinking about somebody from the past and holding on to that memory of them, clinging to that memory of what you had or what they were to you. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And now you're getting the Two of Swords, but in the reverse, knowing that you need to make a decision, but not wanting to. Like, she has the option to open her eyes at any point in time. In the upright, like, this is definitely you know what's going on around you, but you just refuse to see it. And this is, I'm seeing it, but I'm not so sure I want to make a choice. But you know that the choice has to be made. And we have the Temperance card. I love this card. This is the Temperance card. This is Raven. And this is all about balance. Maybe you need to balance your emotions with this other person, or balance your emotions in regards to this person from the past. Because there's definitely clingy energy happening here. Like, you're clinging to the past for some reason. And I'm not sure if it's a person or if it's childhood issues or what, but there's definitely clingy energy happening here, and my lighting really is terrible. So, but there is a need for balance and to set things straight, because we also have the Justice card here at the bottom of the deck, along with the King of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Six of Wands yet again. So somebody was cast in a pretty bad light, that used to be, you know, receiving accolades and attaboys for being a good person, or this is the way people saw them, put them on a pedestal. Now they're seeing them more in a negative light. And I'm not sure if that's this other person feeling that way about you, Aries, or are you feeling that way about them and needing the justice and balance to end the situation completely. Interesting. Very interesting. This is definitely a heavier reading than I thought it was going to be. But I guess, you know, with the month of February, like, relationship strains seem to be more prevalent, and people are definitely more focused on them due to Valentine's Day. I can't even hold on to the cards now. Let's take a breath here. Okay, what are the hopes for the person that Aries is dealing with? What are the hopes? They're also drawing the Temperance again. We're mirroring each other, so maybe they're feeling like you were unjust and harshly judged them. Maybe they are married, but they're in an unhappy marriage. Yeah, and the Hanged Man is coming up too. They need to see things from a different perspective. We have two pop out that time. We have the Six of Swords and the Two of Wands. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull one more, just for fuck's sake. We're going to pull one more. Yes, I do curse. Yes, I drop the F-bomb. And I probably will quite a bit in readings, especially when the energy is this tense. And if you are offended, I am sorry, but I'm not going to censor myself. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. And it very much so looks as if, put this closer so you guys can see it, if you can see it right here, sorry. You see that? That's her heart. And it's full of pins and needles. And it looks like she's reflecting on the past, like something that she had in the past. She feels scorned to me, hurt. Anyway, so you both are marrying each other in your hopes for balance. And maybe, yeah, they might be married, but I'm kind of getting the feeling that they're in an unhappy marriage and they're trying to end things, but you're seeing it as they're breaking tradition, they're breaking their vows, and you don't want to be a part of that. I feel like you're very withdrawn from that energy, like, and now even more so with the Temperance, both Temperance cards being here. I feel like this person that you're dealing with down here is the same person. It's somebody from your past, and you do feel a connection to them. You feel a deep connection to them, but you're also fearful of the connection to them, and I really have a feeling it's due to the fact that they're married. Because we have that wounded soldier kind of vibe where this person is coming to you, oh, I'm unhappy, oh, this and this and this happened, and you're consoling them in a way, but I don't feel like it's physical at all. I really don't feel like it's physical at all, because like this is in the upright, this to me is like the getting to know you, getting to know all about you. But in the reverse, it's like I don't want to know the situation. I don't want to get to know you. I don't want to get drug into this energy. And this person has seen things from a new perspective, or is maybe asking you to see things from a new perspective, because like you feel like you're being manipulated and lied to and played, and I'm really getting the feeling that this person is just unhappy in their marriage and they're trying to end things, and they want to handle things in the right way, but they're just so drawn to you that they're having a hard time doing that. And the Six of Swords, like, the Six of Swords in the upright is getting into that boat and, like, moving on, and sometimes doing it in a sneaky way is how I feel it in the reverse, like they're trying to sneak out of whatever it is that they're involved in. But they're also reluctant to leave, which leads me to believe, again, that this person is married. And I don't see children here, but I'm kind of getting that feeling that there's children involved. And so it makes the decision very hard for them to make, even though they're drawn to you in the way that they're drawn to you. And you just wish that they would just make up their mind. Like, make up your mind. Stop playing with my emotions. Stop playing with my heart. Stop playing with my reality. You just kind of want them to make the choice. But I think you're blinded to the fact that it's not as easy a choice as you would like for it to be. And then the Knave of Swords here, like, this definitely to me feels like a marriage, and not between Aries and whoever the person is. I feel like this is a marriage outside of that, and I feel like she is sad and dejected and upset, and she's like crying her eyes out, and yet she's got, it's almost like her husband is like, please don't leave me, please come back to me, and you're beautiful and I love you, and I want this to work, and she's just heartbroken because she knows that she can't make it work, is what I'm feeling. And that I've never had that message before with this card, but I'm really feeling it, especially with this card here, like with the Six of Swords. Like, she needs to move on, she needs to let go, but she can't, because I really honestly feel like there's children involved. And it's almost that feeling like he's like, well, we should stay together for the children, and she's just broken because she knows that she doesn't hold the love for him in her heart like she does for you. Like, I think you're part of her past as well. And there's a connection there, most definitely. I mean, in every area we've looked at thus far, the energies have been vibing. They have been connecting, and you're getting a lot of the same cards. And so I think that it is definitely someone is trying to let go of a marriage so that they can be with you, but they don't know how. And look, right behind that, the needing to make a choice. Like, this person definitely needs to make the choice, and I don't think Aries is going to move forward at all unless this person leaves their marriage. Whew, it's very, very, very tough energy. Oh, popping out right away. The Lovers reversed. Right away, the Lovers reversed is popping out. That's heavy Gemini vibes. That's Gemini's card. Could be dealing with a Gemini, but with as much fire as it's been coming up in this reading, and us having the Strength card, I'm definitely going to say it's definitely a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag. Woo! I got cards jumping out all over the place. That is too many, so I'm not going to take them. All right, and the Chariot. Oh, wow, okay. And the Chariot is in the upright. I'm going to do one more. I feel compelled to do one more, so I'm going to do one more here. Oh, and the Wheel. Both in the upright. Bottom of the deck here is the Six of Cups. Holy crap. Are you kidding me? Okay, hold on. Hold on. You have to be freaking kidding me. Okay, lighting sucks. Anyway, this is insane. Okay, so you, Aries, have pulled the Six of Cups. Dealing with past stuff, dealing with past issues, past relationships, could be soulmate vibes. When asking for clarity and where you meet with this other person, you're also pulling the Six of fucking Cups. Not only that, you're both pulling the Temperance card. The need for balance. This does not just happen. I'm just saying, this does not just happen. Like, I love when readings turn out like this, where the energies are reflecting what I say. But this is just insane. This is absolutely insane. What I'm picking up on here. So I had to, I had to look at you so I could say this. This is definitely. I don't like, oh my gosh. Okay. I don't like throwing around the word soulmate or anything like that, because soulmates could be anybody in our lives, honestly. They could be children, they could be family, they could be friends, they could be lovers. And I definitely don't throw around twin flames, only because it's very hard for me to wrap my head around the concept that there's another person out there that is my exact mirror image. Like, not mirror image, but you know what I mean, like energetic image. So I have a very hard time with that, but I'm going to definitely say that there is definitely a soul connection here, period. Most definitely there's a soul connection. We've got a lot of cards reflecting each other in both lives. You've got the Six of Cups coming up upright in both. That clingy, desperate energy in both. And I think that you two are really drawn to each other, and you don't know why, and you don't know the how. And I think for you, Aries, it's a little scary, because I think you're the single one in this situation, because we were picking up on a third party. And I think that's super sad and super crazy all at the same time. Like, it feels like you want to progress things forward, but when you do progress things forward, you take like 6 steps back, and then you focus more on your day-to-day, your security and stability. And I think that maybe mentally you're a little broken down because of this connection. And I think that you're trying to distance yourself from it to try to figure out how to get your legs back under you. And that's kind of mind-blowing to me. This is really crazy. And then I'm seeing this whole nother storyline of where this other person is, and male or female, same-sex couples, whatever. There's a marriage here. There is definitely a marriage here. And I feel like whoever this person is very unhappy. They're very unhappy in their marriage and they want out, but they don't know how to get out because there's something keeping them there. And that to me says children. There must be children involved. And I'm thinking that this person doesn't want to disrupt their lives. And so that's kind of crazy. It's not showing in the cards, but I'm feeling it. You have the Chariot here, and the Lovers reversed. Like in the upright, like a lot of people view this as a soulmate card. And you're also drawing the Six of Cups, and I think that the only reason why this card is in the reverse is because the other party is stuck in a situation that they can't get out of. Like they don't know the way to get out of it, and that's very sad. Because not only is this person you're dealing with hurting, but the person that they're with is hurting. Because I really feel like this is the spouse or significant other like begging for them to stay, but in their heart, they're just not there. And there's a definite need for movement and change. Look at this. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, and you've got the Chariot. Chariot can be Cancer. Usually is the sign of Cancer. So you could be dealing with a fire sign that has water in their chart, or a water sign that has fire in their chart, or you may have fire or water in your chart. Well, obviously you have fire because you're Aries, but you might also have water in your chart. But you could be also moving, like changing everything altogether because you can't wrap yourself around this connection. Like it feels like you want to distance yourself because you feel like you're the problem. But I don't feel that you're the problem. I think that almost, and that's really fucked up of me to say, but it almost feels like you're the solution to the problem. And I don't look at cheating lightly, but I don't think that this person is actually cheated. I think that you may have had a connection with this person in the past and came together at that time, and it was explosive, it was hot, it was wonderful, it was beautiful, and something caused you two to separate. And it might have been distance. It might have been a great bit of distance, actually, with the Chariot card here. It might have been a great deal of distance. So, and maybe you were just too focused on your career at that time. Maybe your career didn't allow for time for relationships. Maybe you were really super busy, like a lawyer or whatever. Like you had a very strenuous workload, and so you couldn't get past. And I think that's why this is in the reverse. You couldn't get past that getting to know you stage. Is really what I'm feeling, and I think that this has been over a very long span of time. 6, 10 years, maybe 6 years, 10 years, somewhere around there. Could even be longer. Just because we've got the Six of Cups showing up twice. Like, could be, I'm gonna say like 6 to 12 years with dealing with this person, and for some reason, like it feels like even though you make the decision to leave, and I think like this is a cycle, like that Eight of Pentacles, like doing the same thing over and over again, is you pull yourself away and then you get sucked right back in because you have this connection with this person. And you don't know the whys or the hows, and you don't know why you can't stay away. But you just can't stay away. I'm going to do a clarifier here with the vice versa tarot. I am completely in shock with this reading. I can't even find the words to express like how crazy this reading is to me. But this is a very specific message. It's meant for for very few people. I highly doubt that the vast majority are dealing with this type of situation. And I feel for you if you are dealing with this situation, because I don't feel like either party in this has done anything wrong. Yeah, I got the Seven of Pentacles here. It's that waiting. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? We also have the Three of Swords here. Like, what are you waiting for? That's what I keep hearing. What are you waiting for? Like, I have a feeling like you, Aries, you don't want to end it, but you're kind of feeling like if this person doesn't change the third party situation and exit this third party situation, like, you can't give yourself to them. And that's truly what I'm feeling in regards to this reading. It is super crazy, insane that I got such specific messages. And so this is going to be for very few of you that actually watch this video. Like I said before in the beginning of the reading, take what resonates and leave the rest. But I did get a lot of really strong messages in this reading, and they are very specific. So this is someone's specific situation. So if this is you, please leave a comment in the comments below so that I'm not feeling crazy. Wow, wow, I can't even begin to, wow. Well, that explains why my legs were all bumpy and jittery. So, again, thank you for watching this video, and hopefully you will like and share and subscribe. Like I said, I am new to this. I'm sorry that the reading went a little bit longer than I had anticipated. I wasn't expecting such strong messages to come through with this type of reading. I've done them before, just not online, and they've never really been this in-depth. So I'm wondering if it's just because it's a love reading and we're in the month of February, or if this was something that was meant for somebody specifically. So again, if that is you, please leave a comment below so I don't feel crazy. And thank you for watching the video. And I wish you guys the best. Good night.